Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here on this manic Monday with 90 Day Oy Vey. 90 Day Hunt for Love premieres tonight. Okay, and it looks like, sorry, just trying to get myself comfortable so I could jam on with you guys. Hunt for Love is premiering tonight, and it looks like it's going to be extremely interesting to say the least, and not because of the 90 Day cast members on it. It's going to be interesting because of the singles. And I'm going to get into this in a moment. And Stevie explains a health issue that she is dealing with. Hi, Lori Monroe. Hi, Menacing. I know I torture your YouTube name every time. I'm so sorry. Hi, Silly Shally. Hi, D Man. Hi, Sherry. Our moderator, Menopausal Queen, might be a little late, but hopefully she will be here. Hi, Miss Nina. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Silly Shally, I'm so sorry you and your girlfriend are sick. I hope you guys feel better soon. I hope listening to me, I'll help you feel better. Hi, Cherokee. Thanks for joining me. So, first, Greg in that cow costume. We're going to talk about that in a second, okay? But that was actually the entertaining highlight along with the strip club scene from last night, but we're going to get all into this. Hi, Season Truther. How are you? But first of all, I want to talk about Stevie, okay? She took to the gram to let everyone know about a serious health issue that she's been dealing with. And we will file this under the category of you never truly know what someone else is dealing with behind closed doors. Hi, Jules Angel. Thank you for joining me. So let me just share Stevie's Instagram where she posted today about a health issue.
Thing that I've never really talked about publicly because it is difficult for me to talk about. Honestly, I pretty much avoided it in interviews and did my best to hide it. And that's just because I feel like it doesn't define who I am as a person. However, several of you have reached out to me and some of you have even given me helpful tips or said, I think that you might have this. And I feel like, sorry, I feel like to the people that watch and support me and try to understand me that I want to be real with you guys. So I have type 1 narcolepsy. And in a nutshell, that basically means that I get super tired a lot. And sometimes my body just wants to take a little break, and sometimes without warning. There's this thing called cataplexy that comes with it. And the best way I could describe it is when you experience strong emotions, like maybe laughing or getting excited, or maybe even surprised, your muscles can go weak, and this can last for just a little while. I'm still totally awake somewhat when this happens, but my body just kind of shuts down for a little bit. It's like my brain and my body are not on the same page. I think I got diagnosed in my early 30s after a sleep test. But before that, people just kind of thought that I was a little odd maybe with my sleep habits. And I think a lot of times people go undiagnosed because of that. I would fall asleep probably at the worst times. I would have night terrors and I would always feel like extreme exhaustion. But people would often say things like, you need to get more sleep at night or you're depressed. I don't know. So back to the cataplexy. I think there was a moment in the airport when I was like, I'm not okay, just hold me. And Maddie was like, let's take a seat. Maddie knows that I'm like this. And sometimes when I get really excited or overwhelmed, my body starts to get weak. So he was just kind of there to like catch me and help me through that. And a lot of you guys didn't know that this was something that I was experiencing. Narcolepsy is more than just being tired. So a lot of times people will say things like, I'm tired all the time too, or I take naps all the time too, but it's more than just being tired. Sometimes it comes with things like brain fog or trouble focusing, maybe making deep conversations difficult. And I think sometimes I avoid hard topics or hard conversations sometimes. And I think it's somewhat of a coping mechanism. And I want to note that that's not an excuse for my behavior. But sometimes I try to avoid hard topics altogether, or I just kind of like go stone cold. And I think this is just a way for me to cope with things when I feel overwhelmed. And Oftentimes, I don't like being put in difficult conversations, especially by people that truly know me, because they know that this can trigger that for me. And if you think that the movies or television in general gets narcolepsy right, then nope, you are wrong. I think they often make narcolepsy out to be kind of like a joke, like someone suddenly dropping to the ground mid sentence, or um, I mean, that's not really what happens in real life. It's way more complicated than that. And honestly, it's pretty tough for most people that experience it. I've learned that it's okay to nap, and it's best to formulate some kind of schedule, like regular sleep, to help you kind of manage this, as well as like exercise helps. It is a part of my life, but it doesn't define me as a human. So I always say that I have narcolepsy, but I'm not narcolepsy. Anyways, thanks for understanding me a bit more. And if you got to the end of this, thank you for listening. And my hope is that if this helps one person maybe understand some of the things that you might be going through, that you can maybe go get the help you need or get the diagnosis that you need sooner, and that you realize that you can live with narcolepsy, but narcolepsy is not you. Anyways, bye guys.
So I want to file that under the category of you never realize what someone is going through behind closed doors. So she seems kind of quirky on TV. It seems like they're always in bed. Hey, Jay, thank you for joining us. We actually have a Hunt for Love cast member in our chat. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to get to Hunt for Love in a second. Okay. So, anyway, Stevie, she explains her health condition that kind of, gets kind of coincides with her quirkiness in a way. And we just get to understand her better. So we never know what someone is going through behind closed doors. Now, Stevie's cat gets sleepy watching her paint. Maddie, apparently he's in his model era, okay? Mirror selfies, in the bathroom and such, and so he's in his modeling era, which is kind of cool. Um, we have Jessica and Juan, the vanilla couple of this season. Happy birthday, David. He turned 2, and he is an adorable baby, but I'm sorry, his parents are boring as fuck. Just saying. Now, Honey, Annie, Brenda, whatever the fuck her name is, she's getting a nose job. Okay. And she really doesn't care what we think. It's her face, it's her nose, it's her money. And if we're going to hate on her, she really doesn't care. So let's see how her new nose turns out. Now, moving on with this throuple couple. Okay. Amani says if you're going to bully her, expect her to bite back. She's not going to sit in the corner like a little pussy and be bullied and don't cry if she bites back. So that's basically what she's saying. Now, Michael was in the San Diego area this past weekend for his hosting event that he was doing. Well, it looks like he met up with Amani and Matt, and that is the only good thing about these two, that they're Team Michael. Okay. So moving on, we have Joan, who went to the strip club with her mother-in-law, and I don't understand why they didn't take her to a male strip club. I mean, hey, female strip clubs are fun too, which I'll tell you guys a brief story about my mother-in-law and I going to a strip club back in 2017. We were visiting her cousin in Arizona, and for some reason, our hotel was located behind the strip club. It was like this huge parking lot. We were staying in like a Marriott or something, and the strip club was the first thing you seen, and then you had to drive all the way to the back of the parking lot to get to the Marriott. So one night, my mother-in-law said, why don't we go to the strip club and just have a drink? And I'm like, okay, I've never been to one. She's never been to one. YOLO, why the fuck not? So we go into the club. I order us drinks. You know, the dancers were okay. Nothing to really write home about until this one dancer, this chick with short red hair. I'm never going to forget her. Um, She really didn't have the boobage on top, but she had it in the back, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And she did a split right in front of me and my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law leans over, she puts $1 in her G-string and goes, "Wow, you're flexible." I was done. I'm like, okay, we're getting the fuck out of here. So that is my one and only experience in a strip club. And yes, it was with my mother-in-law. Greg dancing around in this cow costume was fucking hysterical to me. And it just kind of fit him for some reason. It just kind of fit him. So now moving on, we have Mina. Okay. And seeing Mina with her sister really touched my heart. And it was her sister's birthday the other day. And Maria is just so fucking cute. I had to share this with you guys. Maria is so cute. Here she is challenging daddy to a race. Okay. Daddy.
Please go.
Okay. So Maria is way too cute. And challenging daddy to a race, we knew who was going to win that. Okay. Not for nothing. So, one thing Mina could do, and let me tell you, Mina could throw down and cook. She will take a handful of ingredients, and before you know it, you have a four-course meal. Okay, it is like Mina. She could throw it down in the kitchen. Okay, so Sarper is doing his comedy thingy. Okay, Shekinah's not complaining about him this week on her stories. Shekinah's, quiet about her relationship, and Sarper is just advertising his comedy. So it seems like Sarper has fallen into his routine in the States comedy, the boot laugh, training camp. So hopefully things will work out with Sarper and Shekinah, and we're going to be stuck with them on our TVs for many more seasons to come. You guys know it, and the only thing that kind of saves that whole situation is Sarper and his one-liners. So now, let's get into Hunt for Love, which is starting in 56 minutes. So I will make sure I wrap this up before the show starts. I think this show is going to be very interesting because of the singles. And I've noticed that the singles within themselves have formed friendships and bonds. Okay. 90 Day cast members, we all know, can be fake as fuck. You know this, and I know this. We've been watching this show forever. Okay. They could be fake as fuck. These singles, on the other hand, no. From what I've seen so far on social media, and the clips that have been put out by 90 Day Fiance, the singles are going to stir shit up. Okay. They're going to stir the pot. They're going to shake shit up. We already see on the trailer that one of the singles calls out Rob for messaging her to come back to his room. And she's like, "I'll pull out the receipts." I mean, it looks like it's going to be off the fucking hook, and the singles are the foundation of this show. Okay. So, like I said, I find the true friendships and the bonds between the singles really, really nice. I mean, the show hasn't even started yet, and they're all like supporting each other on social media, posting each other to their stories, liking each other's posts, nice comments. I mean, it looks like the singles have formed a great support group in dealing with these wackadoodle 90 Day cast members. So, for example, I just want to share this with you guys. A bunch of the guys hanging out on the beach. I have to mute the music because I'll get a copyright thingy. But this is was from Dylan's story. He was sharing Rocky's story, and these guys are hanging out on the beach. I mean, I love that there has been like real friendships formed behind the scenes between the singles, you know, and that they have a real good support system. I mean, the girls were hanging out in Nashville. They looked like they were having a great old fucking time. Okay. Tessa and I believe Cece, and they look like they were having a ball. Okay. They're really supportive of each other, really motivating each other. And I'm really happy to see that, because we all know these fake ass 90-day cast members will attack each other, throw each other under the bus at a hot second. Okay. And the drama already started. And we have Jay in our chat to thank for that. Okay. So when 90 Day Fiance official IG put out the trailer for Behind the Sheets, because there's going to be a Behind the Sheets associated with Hunt for Love, basically, Chantel was talking shit about Jay, and Jay wasn't having it. Okay, Jay wasn't having it, and Jay called her all the way out. I covered it in my last video, but I mean, he basically, you know, called her out for being fake behind the camera. Once the camera started, she was a totally different person. He took one for the team because no one wanted to date her. I'm going to let you guys read this. I covered this in my last video, but basically, he called Chantel out for her shit. And the show hasn't even fucking started yet, you guys. So I can imagine as the show unfolds, and as Jade let everyone know, and I've covered this in my previous videos, they didn't know that they were being cast for 90 Day Hunt for Love. Is that right, Jay? He's in the comments right now. They didn't know. They had no idea. So all of a sudden they see the 90 Day cast members walking out, and they're like, holy shit. We're like on a 90-day we're on a 90-day show. And most of them didn't even know what the fuck 90 Day was. They Googled the cast that night. But, you know, they just chose to say, you know, we're not going to let Google give us a bad impression of them. We're going to let them reveal themselves. And I'm sure a lot of them reveal themselves, okay? Because we are dealing with a bunch of wackadoodle attention whores. Let's come down to it. So, like I said, the show premieres tonight. Jay, I love your jacket and your latest post. And I think the girls, the single girls, are going to be a fucking trip. And they're going to give the 90-day chicks a run for their money. Mark my words. They're going to give the 90-day chicks a run for their money. I mean, apparently Chantel runs away crying. That's what I'm trying to say. Runs away crying when confronted by some of these chicks. So listen, I am hyped to watch, and it's not because we're going to be watching the same recycled 90-day cast members. It's because of these 16 singles. Okay? Okay, here we go. So Jay says, okay, let's clear it. I'm the confrontational one and asked everyone, don't use me for drama. And you just wanted a heads up if they were going to use you for drama, right, Jay? I mean, that's the least they can do. So basically, Chantel wanted to use him for drama, and Jay wasn't having it. Jay wasn't having it. He's like, nope, nope, nope. So he says most of them are very cool. That's cool. I mean, okay, my personal opinion, the ones that I do like on this cast, Rob, Soldier Boy. Okay, Soldier Boy cracks me the fuck up. Um, I did like Tiffany until the whole John Walters and Rachel scandal broke. Now I lost all respect for Tiffany because allegedly she slept with John while he was married to Rachel still, and yeah, shit like that don't sit well with me. But uh so I guess basically I'm watching it for Rob, Usman, and the singles. So that's what it comes down to it. So, like I said, there was Rob already was confronted by one of the chicks, Elise, for calling him out because apparently they had a steamy makeout session. He invited her back to the room and then tried to deny it. And then when she was going to pull out the receipts, as we've seen in the previews that have been going around, he storms away in typical Rob fashion. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. No, no, no. So I can't wait to see the show. Okay. And the singles didn't need to be invited to that stupid, boring watch party that they had a week ago. And by the way, Jay, I was initially invited to that party, but never received a official invite. So that makes two of us that weren't invited to this stupid party. But not for nothing, the singles could hold their own watch party. They're doing a watch party in Miami, some of them. I mean, Jay went to the Mission Impossible premiere. I think that was a lot better than the stupid 90-day watch party where Chantel was getting her tarot cards read. I mean, to me, it looked really boring. But hey, the singles could do their own shit. Fuck TLC. So now, Courtney's going to be on tonight. Will she get white girl wasted? And we know Colt will definitely get white boy wasted. Word on the street, he broke his leg during the show. Okay. I know, Jay, you can't confirm that. I don't want you to fuck up your NDA or anything like that. But I heard that Colt got a little bit drunk and allegedly, word on the street, slipped by the pool and broke the same leg that he broke while jumping on a trampoline while filming for Last Resort season 1. And that's why Molly and Kelly were on Last Resort season 1 because Colt, he fell off the trampoline and broke his leg. And word on the street, he broke the same leg during Hunt for Love. So yeah, this is gonna be a shit show, and I'm all here for it. I am here for it. So like I said, Chantel got called all the way out. She was a bridesmaid for her sister Winter's wedding, and she posted this picture to her story. Is Winter going to report her sister for violating her privacy? Since Mary Panta's post was so violating and icky, is she going to report her sister for being violating and icky? So, where is Chantel tonight? She's at Six Flags. While the show is premiering on TV, she's at Six Flags. More power to her. So, happy birthday to Tiffany. And it looks like most of the cast got along with Tiffany because a lot of them, including Jay, posted happy birthday to Tiffany. The singles were wishing her a happy birthday. So it seems like Tiffany got along with a lot of the cast members. So moving on, Robert and Annie. We all love them, at least I do. Annie decided to do a question and answer session on the gram. So first, someone asked her, was the drama on 90 Day fake? So she says it real drama, two different people struggling with language barriers, different cultures, and different ways of seeing life. Of course, there's going to be drama. And she's absolutely right. She is absolutely right. Oh, you weren't there, Jay, when that happened? You were locked in your room with, oh my God. Jay, I cannot wait until you are able to speak when your NDA is up and the show is over and everything airs. You are coming on my channel and we're going to do an interview because I know you have lots of tea to spill and I cannot wait to hear the tea. Okay. So back to Robin and Annie. I'm sorry, I got distracted. So then someone asked her, what is your weight loss plan? My daughter is trying to lose her weight too after baby number 3. And she says, eat green and meat, 1 spoon cocoa oil, use a faja all the time, which is a girdle, not alcohol, sugar a little, reduce cortisol, not rice, drink a lot of water, not fast food, and tea. Okay. So then someone else asked her, Will you be living in Florida forever or maybe move in the future to a different state? And she says, I don't know about future if I have to go to work. For good opportunity, yes, but I love my hot state. And someone asked her, do you want to have another daughter? And she said, no, but Thalia asked me for a sister. I personally really like Robert and Annie. So here is their adorable little boy. He is 6 months old. And yes, Robert, I agree with you. Old lives matter. So now, Jazzy, Maddie, and Matt. Doesn't this baby look like she's, if she could say, Mom, get the fucking camera out of my face, please? She would tell her mother that. She would rip the pacifier out of her mouth and tell her mom, no more fucking pictures, please. Stop it. I am tired of you sticking your phone in my face and taking pictures every time I fart. Like, please stop it. So we have Matt at home, okay, and she loves having her friend home with her. And Gino is so predictable. I mean, I like Gino and everything, but as a blogger, looking at his story sometimes, okay, I knew immediately what he was up to. As soon as I saw the breakfast, I said to myself, he's at the airport. The next story, yeah, he's at the airport. And then on the plane. Gino could be so predictable sometimes. He cracks me the fuck up. So now, did I mention that he has been spotted all over Detroit filming with his new love interest, Natalie, for now what I've been corrected for, happily ever after. Not the single life, you guys. Happily ever after. He is filming for Happily Ever After, and they are catching him all over Detroit. Okay, so about a week or two ago, him, Uncle Marco, and Natalie filmed a scene in a restaurant. And of course, somebody was in the restaurant recording and leaked it on TikTok. Now these pictures have been leaked all over social media. So yeah, it's a pretty much open secret that Gino is filming. So moving on, we have Sophie being Sophie as usual. I wonder what her reaction is going to be to Rob tonguing down some chicks on Hunt for Love. And then we have Josh, who spent some time in Texas and now is on his way to Tampa, Florida. Is he going to visit Jen? Because they made this grand announcement on Last Resort Tell All that, they were going to start seeing each other, but they're not seeing each other. So did he fly down to Tampa to go hang out with Jen and Daddy Chuck and her brother Charlie and them and Elizabeth and Andre? Or did he just go to Tampa just to go to Tampa? Because remember, he's supposed to be dating Jen. Where are the pictures of him hanging out with Jen? He's always going somewhere. Just saying. So moving on to Tiger Silly and Adnan. They took their baby to some like relaxing wellness spa type thing that's supposed to be like family friendly. I'm just gonna put this up here if you guys want to pause and read later. She didn't like the place. Okay, to make a long story short, she didn't like the place. They wouldn't let her bring her baby food in, and one of her sons has food allergies, and the food that was brought to them had pork in it. I mean, it was just like a hot mess. So I'll let you guys read this later if you're interested. But she did not have a good experience. David is hoping that Sheila is going to get her approval very, very soon. Though he says he needs to get his ass back in the gym. And I just want to share this of Mila. Mila is too fucking cute. Okay. So this is her talking to her daddy. And I can't believe how like grown she sounds.
So where are you going for your adult party today?
The boat.
Okay.
And the restaurant.
So you're going on a boat?
A party restaurant. A big restaurant is inside of the boat.
Okay, so a restaurant in the boat. Wow. So you live in a fun life, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what time are you leaving to go to the party?
Oh, that's
But who are you going with?
I'm going with my older friends. My other friends are gonna come with me to
Okay.
the shop.
Y'all are gonna be good, right?
Yeah, we're gonna all be good.
They're all going to be good, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Mila's going to a party at a restaurant on a boat with her friends like a big girl. So, mommy and daddy, don't worry about her. She is so fucking cute. I can't even deal. So, now just a couple of miscellaneous things before I let you guys go. So, you'll have time to actually pour a drink, or roll a blunt, get a snack, and 90 Day Hunt for Love will be on at 8. So Tyree is starting his own YouTube channel. Check it out and subscribe if you like. We have David. His baby is too fucking cute and his spitting image, in my opinion. We have Amber with her adorable son. And this is the life of a newborn mom, girl. Okay.
I am forever stuck like this.
Never moving.
And that is the life of a newborn mom. Being stuck with a baby on your chest, not being able to pee, breathe, fart, anything. So, moving on, happy birthday to Cynthia's grandson, Rowan. He's 1 year old already. Can you guys believe that? It seems like this year has gone by so quick. And we have Veronica with Chloe and her man. And we have Sinjin looking for ride recommendations for Six Flags and Igor, aka Justin. And speaking of Igor, aka Justin, and Nikki decided to write some word salad on what she's looking for in a relationship. If you guys feel like reading this later, I'm just putting it up. But to me, it's just all word salad. Um, And we have Lauren and Alexi and their tribe who had a great time on vacay, and that's all that matters as a family. And we have the other Jasmine who used to be married to Blake, reminding us how flexible she is. I could see why Gino allegedly slid into her DMs. I mean, her name is Jasmine, and look how flexible she is. Wow. Okay, Liz eating this bell pepper cream cheese turkey sandwich. I'm like, girl, good for you. She had just talked about how she was diagnosed with stomach cancer. Last year, she mentioned that she went through 14 rounds of chemo. So for her to be able to eat something like this as a late night snack, I'm like, shit, I wouldn't be able to eat something like that and fucking digest it myself. So Liz, good for you, girl. So let's see. We have Mina trying out this Dubai chocolate bar that I keep seeing all over social media, and I keep hearing that it's not worth the $20. And Emily says a vacation pina colada just hits different, and damn right it does. And speaking of Emily and Kobe and their tribe, they had a great time on vacay. And guys, don't be alarmed. Submit did not shave his head. This is just a Snapchat filter. Even though I think he looks better here than with that mop of hair that he currently has, but it's just a Snapchat filter, you guys. And we have Ingrid popping on social media to say hello. And if there's any fake therapists out there that want a job, that want to be on TV, 90 Day is looking for therapists for Last Resort Season 3. His was on Reddit. So if there's any fake therapists out there and you're interested in applying, you could apply to therapists and coaches.castingcrane.com. So if there happens to be any fake therapists that subscribe to me, this is your chance, guys. You could get on TV. So thank you everybody for watching me. Thank you everyone in the live comments for joining me. I appreciate you all so much. I will be doing a recap for 90 Day Hunt for Love. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much. If you're watching me on the replay, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to play games and they will fucking unsubscribe you without you knowing. And please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.